ruling over a period of many years. Maharaja Ratnamanika, after his father Dangorfa's death, was bestowed the title of Manikya in place of the aboriginal title of Pa. Pa actually means referring to the first child as a father. The Rhyang are one of the tribes belonging to the Tibeto-Burman group of the Sino-Tibetan language family. The language of the Rhyang is basically known as Kaubru, belonging to the Tibeto-Burman family. The Rhyang are also considered the term Bru and not Rhyang to be the name of the tribe. There are 12 clans in the Bru community, like Molsoy, Meska, Nsa, Rakchao, Apeto, Wairem, Chongpreng, Nokham, Tuimuyapa, Yakstam, Chorki, and Tamoyaksa. The fact that the Rhyang was not included in the said clan was because the last Kaskau, who was also very powerful and tyrant, name was actually Rhyang. The Rhyang Kaskau had subjugated all the others clan of the Bru community and had ruled over them for many years. There has been around 64 Kaskau spanning over 340 years from 1327 to 1667 AD. As such, other dominant tribes who have come into contact with the Kaskau have started to recognize them as Rhyang. Although Rhyang is name of the Kaskau in place of the Bru. Since then, the term Rhyang has been widely used as an appellation to denote the tribe. There are various opinions regarding the Rhyang original homeland and of course their migration. Now from the perspective of the linguistic, ethnic and physical features, the Rhyang are considered one of the Mongolian tribe, whose origin was said to be somewhere else in present-day China or somewhere in South China. Now regarding their movement and migration, the movement of the Rhyang took place a very long time from the area around northwestern China between the Huanghu and the Yangtze-Kiang River. They then travel into Shan State of Burma, now of course Myanmar, and settle along the areas between the Irrawaddy and the Chinwin River. The Rhyang then move in successive waves from the area near the Chinwin River in two groups. One group moved into the present-day Barak and the Brahmaputra Valley. Now, of course, that is in the present-day state of Assam. Now, these are the part of the group that established the Tripura or the Tripura kingdom. The other group settled in the Karnafuli river source area and in the north of the Maini river source in the Khakrasuri, Rangamati, and Bandarbar Hill district in Chittagong Hill tracts. At present, they are all in Bangladesh. So the Rhyang, while living in Chittagong, had their capital Mainit Langbang Noksi intact till 1587 AD. At the same time, the Tripuri capital was at Rangamati, and this Rangamati was changed. The name of Rangamati was changed by Maharaja Udaymanikka to Udaipur in 1577 AD. Now there is a version of some of their movement from the land of the Kaskau, that is from present-day Rangamati area, to the present-day state of Tripura, which was earlier a princely state of Tripura. Now this can be glanced during the second phase of the regime of Maharaja Govindomanikka. Now in 1660 AD, Maharaja Govindomanikka, he took refuge at a Rhyang village in Chittagong. Of course, this account can also be seen at the Samboras inscript in Tripura Sundari Mandir in Udaipur. That is in Tripura, of course. And while in Chittagong, a pond was built by the Rhyang, now called Diginala Maniker Digi. This is the pond which I visited last December. It was written in Bangla. I'm just trying to translate it. Like it says, welcome, historic Maine Diginalar Digi, which says it is a historic pond built in the name of Maharaja Govindomanikka. Now these are all under the custody of the Chakma. So Govindomanik, he left for Chittagong actually because he have got his conflict with his brother Chhatramanikka, who dethroned him with the help of some Muslim soldiers. And then during the second phase of regime of Maharaja Govindomanikka, 8 Ryangs, namely Yongsika, Paisika, Sondokha, Mondokha, Somsoha, Paimsoha, Toilomha, and Tuikluha. Of course, some versions have 12 elders, which also includes Sorzongla, Rzongla, Mongoha, and Tomha. So these 8 to 12 elders, having some internal feud and vendetta with the Rhyang Kaskau, they moved to the princely Tripura. So the Maharaja Govindomanikka, he gave the Rhyang a Bandari Bokok with an assurance that they will perform the Tuima rituals. It's a type of ritual. So this assurance should be followed, means to worship with the Bandari Bokok. So this assurance should be followed. Otherwise, a famine would befall on the kingdom of Tripura. So this was the belief. So in this way, the Rhyang were concentrated on the areas located between the river Gomiti and Muhuri. Of course, now in South Tripura. This is the Bandari Boko, which Maharaja Govindomanikka has given to the young elders and make them settle in the southern parts of Tripura. Now this Bandari Boko, it's made of bamboo. It's 353 years, and it is still lying at one of the temple known as Tripura Haphai Bagrama. It is in South Tripura. To look after the welfare of the Rhyang, a Dolopoti basically means a community leader was felt necessary. So Rai means the community head. It was constituted among the Rhyang to facilitate the administration among the Rhyang. And Angsaram Molsoy was the first Rai, which was being constituted in 1672 AD. So up to 1943, there are 36 Rai, with Deb Singh Chorki as the last official Rai. Because by 1943, there has been a uprising among the Rhyang because of some internal problem within the Rhyang administration. Now I'm going to say something about the social structure, starting with the Rhyang villages. Basically, the houses of the Rhyang are known as charno, and they are constructed from locally available material. And basically, they are rectangular and on a raised platform. Domestic animal like pig are placed below the raised platform of the house. Firewood also stored below the raised platform of the house. The house usually doesn't have any windows, but have veranda, both at the front and also at the back of the houses. There is no any sort of partition inside the house, and is commonly composed of, can be kitchen, storeroom, bedroom, and also the villages is generally named after a stream known as Tuisa, or rivulet known as Tuima, or the village head known as the Chaudhry. These are some of the pictures of a village and the villagers, and also inside the house. As you can see, the kitchen as well as the store behind the women, and also the man was weaving a basket inside the house itself. Next, briefly, I'm going to speak about the marriage system. Now, the marriage system of the Rhyang, it entails arranged marriage, which we call it Sunglaimo, and elopement marriage, also called as Tuikhai Laimo. And arranged marriage is again composed by bride price, known as Dafa by Kailaimo. And there is a rendering of service in the house of the in-law, known as Chamoroi Yakmoi. And it is compulsory for all groom in whatever system of marriage. The marriage system of the Rhyang, it has been perpetuated by keeping a strict legal system. Like, for instance, the pouring of the sacred water on the forehead of the groom, it has become a system of the marriage ceremony of the society. Earlier, before the actual social marriage, or known as Suikemo, only the groom is required to be present, and he will be administered or blessed by the priest by pouring of the sacred water to the forehead with the bamboo pipe. While all this ceremony takes place, the bride remains absent except her hand-woven risa, or traditionally upper garment of the women. The two pictures are the risa. So the groom has to sit on top of it. It is often believed that a boy or girl, they become much more glamorous after applying the Lairima Thao, or oil of glamour, supplied by goddess of Lairima. And during such marriageable age, the parents are always on a lookout for a perfect match for their sons or daughter. Friends, relatives, elder persons of the villages, and matchmaker, called as Gorinda, are requested to find out suitable match. After the formal talks are over, the groom parents speaks in a riddle. Tuima bunaideng, rima busudeng, hinye tungye, se fai miche. We came here with the objective of killing two birds with a stone. We came to visit US to have relationship through blood connection. In reply, the parents would say, Brony, cinema totra seke, about to fight on ko. Hazar sano suike, rungyako. Sangrino kaini, siako. It says, ours is too young and immature. She is yet to know how to wear her clothes properly. But the groom parent would say, Arpo chungno prungyalanai, sinurungyake, swisnurialanai, kainirungyake, kaisnurialanai, tau nirungyake, tau snurialanai. Which read as, however, we will train her steadily and make her skilled in all matters. With this riddle, it becomes very clear that the guardian have no objection, and in course of the conversation, they sip the locally homebred rice wine, known as arak. Thereafter, putting a symbol of ownership or a signal of engagement, known as wakar kaima, is held, and then feast of agreement where date for marriage is fixed, known as andra kutuimo, is performed. And marriage always take place at midnight or at dawn. At the outskirts of the groom village, a breaking of the egg ritual, known as lampra or tau tuitang khomong, is performed for the safe journey of the groom. Now I'm going to speak about the dress and ornaments. The men wear a hand-woven loincloth and shirt, known as kutairitra. The women wear ranai, a wrap around hand-woven cloth from the waist down to the knees. Erisa, or covering the chest, and of course, erikato was also commonly used. And the Rhyang women are also very fond of personal decoration and take much care for their makeup and hairdo. Silver ornaments, especially the necklace of silver coin, have a pride of place and status. Now this is the picture, the right side, the traditionally men, women, as well as the left side are also the Rhyang couple. This is a picture of a Rhyang lady with all the ornaments that she was wearing. As you can see on the hair, there is a sangai, followed by lukoi, chandrahar for the neck, kanti for the neck, rambak sanang for the neck, tro for the hand, rambak for the neck, tar for the arms, rusa for the chest, ankli for the neck, nabak for the ear, wakam for the ear, rnai, and also bengi. Now, there is a history behind this wearing of necklaces. The Rhyang basically, they are dependent on jhum cultivation. So from the jhum cultivation, almost their whole ration for the year are met. And there are plenty of vegetable and of course rice or other cash crop. So those cash crop used to be exchanged or barter, or some Muslim come and purchase them. Muslim in the sense from British India during the earlier days. So they come and they purchase with the coin, and the coin, it either belong to the British India. That means the coin basically are of Queen Elizabeth era or King George V era. So the Riyang, they don't need all this coin or money because they have enough. And also in princely Tripura, those coins are invalid because they cannot purchase anything in princely Tripura because princely Tripura is not a part of British India. So they made it as a decorative design and they wear them. Now coming to cultural life, the most important and popular dance of the Riyang is the Hosagri, also known as Hodaigri. Now this Hosagri dance is usually performed on the occasion of Maiklungma, that is worship of goddess of paddy and cotton, during the month of September, October, after the successful completion of June cultivation harvesting. And Maiklungma consists of 4 varieties. Mainukma, that is the goddess of paddy; Kunukma, goddess of cotton; Maiktama, goddess of new food grain; Maiksamma, goddess of all food grains. As here you can see, the right side, the lady was performing a hosagri on top of a pitcher, holding a plate and a bamboo tray with a bottle and a lamp, lighted lamp, of course, displaying the hosagri dance. On the left side, you can see a lady performing a Mainukma ritual in front of the 2 grain pot. Now, hosagri, it basically indicates night of the feast, wherein all the villagers would enjoy awantai. It is a rice cake wrapped with plantain leaf and would usually drink arak, that is locally brewed rice wine. In a hosagri dance, the young maiden would expose their dance expertise and skill of various techniques. The dancer would start dancing by standing on the pitcher and balancing the plate, and also simultaneously balancing a round shape bamboo tray and keeping a bottle attached with a burning lamp on top of her head. This picture are some of the hosagri dance. Now coming to the dormitory, or known as Dwaingno, the young express their cultural identity and distinctness through their social organization, language, ritual, and festival. They have retained their own way of managing internal affairs of the village, mainly through 2 institutions, namely the village council and the youth dormitory. The dormitory is the core of tribal culture, and of course, it reinforces the age-old tradition of social cohesion. The elder of the village would assemble at the dormitory for every important event. Here they discusses matter concerning the welfare of the village and fixed date and time for celebration of the village festival. The dormitory may also be considered as a center of social, economic, and religious life of the village. And this dormitory is usually constructed at the middle of the village and serve as a center of socio-economic upbringing, particularly with the young people. Coming to the economic life, zoom or shifting cultivation. This is the only means of subsistence of the Rhyang. Now, this zoom cultivation, it involves arduous and comparatively hard labor practiced by means of mutual joint activity. And major activity of the zoom cultivation, like selection of land, cutting and clearing of forest paths, burning of woods, clearing of the debris, sowing, weeding, and harvesting are all done by the villagers. These two by means of mutually joint activity. On the right side, there is a picture of a zoom where the grain has been sowed. And on the below, you could see two young lady taking the fruits of the harvest, means from the zoom cultivation. Coming to religion, the Rhyang profess the traditional methods of worshipping the deities, having local name like Tuima, or goddess of water, Lampra, Akhitra and Bikitra as goddess of family, Mailukma, goddess of paddy, Hulukma, goddess of cotton, and so on and so forth. And the supreme god is often called as Mtaiktor. Another one notable peculiarity of Rhyang religion is that the god or deities do not have any particular image or a place of worship, but are represented by means of decorated bamboo poles, or in some case, a stone or piece of rocks. The sacrifice of fowl, pigs, goats, they are a common sight in terms of tribal rituals in Tripura, just like the Ryangs. The Ryang concept of spirit and deities are of utmost importance in terms of their belief in religion. They have a belief on the spirit known as Fola, who has a tremendous influence on a person's life. The spirit, or Fola, is used to refer to the supernatural being that are unnamed by the Ryangs. They may reside in a person, animals, fish, trees, or rivers. The picture that you see, the bamboo, in this small, this is a bamboo raft, small bamboo raft, where the last remain, like the ash or the bone, it will be thrown in the stream or a river. On the right side is just a picture about what the ritual that is being performed by the Rhyang. Coming to the status of the Rhyang women. The Rhyang women are not considered to be a burden on the family. They enjoy a considerable means of equality with their menfolk. They played a crucial role in the socio-economic development. Though the Rhyang belong to the patrilineal society, the women of this community occupy a significant position in the social structure. The Rhyang women, in terms of socio-economic activities, are hardworking. Their services are also sought in almost every household matters and other daily chores. They simultaneously work at home and also in the field. Now, about the Rhyang, their concept of change and development. Now, the Rhyang have been identified as the primitive tribal group. Of course, the name has now been changed to particularly vulnerable tribal group by the Minister of Home Affairs, Government of India in 1975-76. And they're being categorized on the basis of pre-agricultural level of technology, extremely low level of literature, declining or stagnant population. As such, the tribal rehabilitation in plantation and primitive group program. Of course, now it is primitive tribal group or particularly vulnerable tribal group. So this department started working from the year 1986 in India. And this TRP and PTG Directorate is mainly dealing with the socio-economic upliftment of the Ryangs in Tripura. Now in all of India, there is as many as 75 such groups. And in the northeastern part of India, there are only two groups. One is Maram from Manipur state, and the other is Ryang from Tripura state. So thank you and Kaksa to all of you.
Спасибо большое за ваши комментарии. Я предлагаю ваши спутники посмотреть на это, что вы сначала нам потом сигнал, потом соглашайтесь.
Я хотел бы поблагодарить дорогого доктора Линкольна за такую многостороннюю, подробную лекцию, которая позволила представить нам народ Рьянг во всей его полноте. Но, конечно, у нас много вопросов, как в группе, которая начала изучать народы Северо-Восточной Индии. Вопросов много, мы их будем задавать по очереди. И я невежливо позволю себе начать первому. Дорогой доктор Линкольн, скажите, пожалуйста, судя по характеру домостроительства, по тому, как устроены дома Брю, в древности это племя проживало где-то очень близко от воды или прямо на воде, так как такого типа дома характерны для народов, живущих в обводненных местностях. Вопрос такой, и я увидел из вашего доклада, из вашей лекции, что рьянгами почитается богиня воды. Вопрос такой, есть ли еще в материальной или духовной культуре Брю, в частности в иерархии божеств или в признаках языковых, какие-то свидетельства того, что в древности этот народ действительно жил либо в очень заболоченной местности, либо как на озерах, в дельтах рек, может быть. Позволяют ли данные этнографии и языка восстановить вот такие условия проживания в древности? Спасибо.
Okay, thank you, sir. Yeah, the Ryang, they still live in this race platform, but it is in a hillock area. But below there is a stream and also a river. So there is always a connection between the villages and the river. And one such material culture is available in Tripura, in South Tripura basically, where you can see, by the side of the river, a rock carving. There's a lot of goddess which has been carved from the rock river, by the side of the river. So this is still available. So I hope one day, sir, if you visit, then I can just take you there and you can see, all those rock carving just by the side of a river. And beside that, there is a lot of Ryang villages. Thank you, sir.
Да, спасибо большое.
Thank you so much for the unique information you have delivered. So, thank you so much for the unique information you have delivered. Thank you. My name is Anna, and I'm doing research in the field of social anthropology and geographical demography. So I have a host of questions. My first question is there any apex body that rules the tribe on the whole? Like for Nagas, they have Nagahoho. Then how is a certain village ruled? Is there any elders that rule it? Who does it? My second question. Then you mentioned the dormitories. It is something that we found over the Northeast, approximately everywhere. So my question is, are there any age groups within this dormitory? As far as I can understand, the dormitory is for boys, isn't it? For boys. Or are there any different dormitories for boys and girls? So are there any age groups, and are they trained separately? Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Madam Anna. Thank you, Madam Anna. Yeah, first of all, there is no as such the apex body among the Rhyang present day. But earlier, there is a apex body which is under the Rai. But that Rai, it became irrelevant after 1943. So we don't have any more Rai. And also Tripura from 1949 onwards, after they have come with India, now it became a democracy. And so we're following the government's rule, be it in the state or be it in the autonomous district council. And as far as the controlling of the village is concerned, yes, it still exists. The Chaudhry is the head of the village. If there is around 5 to 10 families in a hillock or a village, then there is always a Chaudhry. So there is every Chaudhry for 5 to 10 families, or say within 25 to 30 families, or a group of villages. So this Chaudhry or the village head will determine the discipline in the village. And also in terms of social administration, like if there is a theft or if there is any other anti-social activities going on, then before going to the police or before going to the code of law, everything can be determined in the village. And so mutually, whatever the problem, it can be solved or it is being solved by the village Chaudhry or the village head. And the third, regarding the dormitory. Now, actually after 1949, even this dormitory, it has become quite irrelevant among the young society. Earlier, it might be there. And yes, it is only for the boys, especially the youth. They stay in the dormitory and they learn many things. And I haven't come across like why the women or the girls are not part of the dormitory system. But at present, this is not being in use in the present day. The dormitory system, it is quite irrelevant present day. But the Chaudhry system, the village administration, it still existed. Okay, thank you, Anna.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
пожалуйста, снизься приглашение. Давайте вам всех слово. Давайте продолжим. Сами, знаете,
Dr. Lincoln,
да,
I think
можно говорить прямо
Dr. Lincoln, thank you very much for your lecture. Could you explain me some aspects about relationships this population of Rhyang with Khasi and Naga people? For me, I'm the state geneticist of Paleoethnology Research Center. This aspect is most interesting in the field of my interests.
Okay, thank you. Actually, the Rhyang and those Khasi and Naga, they are from different places actually. There is no any connection between the Rhyang and the Khasi or Rhyang and the Nagas, because the Rhyang lives in Tripura, which is very far off from Meghalaya or the northern parts of Tripura, somewhere bordering the Meghalaya state, where the Khasis reside. And of course, the Naga, they also reside in Nagaland, which is very far off place from Tripura. So the Rhyang basically doesn't have any contact, or they don't have any relationship with these two tribes, which you have mentioned.
Okay, I have understood. The reason of my question is the features of their lifestyle, very archaic, like you say. And for in some geneticist data, the Naga people may be close, the closest group to progenitors of all Tibeto-Birman group, and the Khasi may have some links with progenitors of Munda people, and may close the Monkhmer and Munda people in one unity. And therefore, I have interested of your about your information of their primitive lifestyle. Yes, no, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
Дело в том, что в 2019 году Рьянги, которые жили на Ливийских горах, именно в штатах горах, там была какая-то очень хорошая история, что они подвергли дальнему совсем тоже не вышли на так не написано.
Доктор Рьянг, у меня такой вопрос. Продолжая тему, которую начал Андрей Сергеевич, дело в том, что в 2019 году рьянги, которые проживали на границе с Мизорамом, подверглись гонениям. Они были вытеснены в Трипуру. Просто прадед Бикрам Маники активно об этом говорил, что все-таки рьянгов поддержит. Вот у меня такой вопрос. Во-первых, какие причины конфликта в Мизораме были, что рьянги вынуждены были уходить? Первый вопрос. А второй вопрос. Считают ли рьянги себя трипури? Относятся ли они к народу трипури? Как себя воспринимают рьянги? Спасибо.
Okay, for the first question, regarding the Rhyang and the Mizo conflict in Mizoram, 1997, the root cause of the conflict was when the Rhyang, they started demanding autonomous district council to safeguard their socio-economic and of course lifestyle. Now in Mizoram, there are certain autonomous district council like the Lai or the Chakma, and as such, the Rhyang, having the language different from the majority Mizos, and also the language is different from the Chakmas and Lais. So it was quite difficult for them to adjust, to any of the, developmental work according to the Rhyang from Mizoram. So they feel that to safeguard their socio-economic and lifestyle, they feel like they need a separate autonomous district council. But the Mizoram government doesn't agree to it. So the problem arises from this. Mizoram government says, you can stay as a citizen of Mizoram. You can do any work. You can do any developmental work. The government is ready to support you in any sphere of development. But they won't burst to give the autonomous district council, or they won't divide Mizoram on the line of autonomous district council for a separate tribe. So in this case, the conflict arose. So they have to split Mizoram to Tripura, some to Assam. Of course, many of them in Tripura, and some of them, of course, they have gone back. But those who have, or those who are not willing to go back, are being rehabilitated to Tripura. And now they're becoming the citizen of Tripura. And secondly, do the Rhyang consider themselves to be Tripuri? Yes. The Rhyang, being the citizen of Tripura, consider themselves to be Tripuri. But the Rhyang also call themselves as, or known as, the Bru. So being a citizen of Tripura, they are Tripuri. But as a community, they are known as Rhyang or call themselves as Bru. I hope it clarifies your doubt.
Да, спасибо большое. Но у меня здесь возникает такой вопрос. А могут ли заключать браки рьянги и джаматия, или рьянги и наатия и так далее? Насколько рьянги закрытое сообщество?
Now in Tripura, there is inter-community marriage. It can be Rhyang Zomatia, Rhyang Chakma, Rhyang Tripura, Rhyang Deborma, Rhyang Uchoy. Means with majority of the Kaubru speaking, means having similarity of language, there is a inter-caste marriage or inter-tribe marriage going on. And it is still going on. So there is no any like hard-bound rule where you cannot marry, a person belonging to a different community. Thank you.
Спасибо. Ну вот прям последний. А рьянги и бенгальцы. Возможен ли такой брак?
Now this is, it is very, very rare. But in some cases, there is between the Rhyang and the Bengali, but very rare. And hardly it is found because of the different culture. The Bengali have got totally different culture, which is different from the tribal. So it is not only the Rhyang, but majority of the tribal, you will not find, getting married to a non-tribal like Bengali, though they may reside together in Tripura. because their language, even their custom, their religion, totally different. So only in exceptional case, you will find this marriage between the tribal and the non-tribal. Okay.
Спасибо большое.
Есть вопрос?
So it's me again. So since I'm interested in geographical demography, so my question is related to the election with Vidhan Sabha. Right, there was 13 places taken by Tipramotha. So did Riyang vote? Do you have any information how they voted? That's my first question. And the second one is there any Christian community between the Riyang? Thank you.
Okay, first question regarding the Vidhan Sabha or the election. Now in the state, recently there was an election that was held, and the Tipramotha, one of the tribal-based party, you will see that the Riyang are also being represented. And in fact, there are two MLA, one from Kanchanpur and the other from Raimabeli. So they are, I mean, more or less a part of the regional party. Of course, from the national party, we have got Pramod Riyang representing the Sandir Bazar constituency in South Tripura. And as well as regarding the religion, now I would say the Riyang, although they follow the nature worship, or what we call it, animism, because I wouldn't say it's a Hindu, because this doesn't worship the Hindu god and goddesses, because what I'm seeing the nature worship is that performance, in the villages, in the nature, it is still going on. So it's not Hinduism. And as far as Christianity is concerned, the Christianity, I think from 1920s, first of all, the baptism took place. And since then, the Christianity among the Riyang also it rose. I cannot tell the exact population, but it's almost like 50-50% among the Riyang between the nature worshipper and the Christianity. But there is no any, Riyang professing the religion of Muslim or Buddhism. So it is either nature worship or Christianity. Christianity, of course, having different denomination like Baptist or Catholic or Seventh-day Adventist or EFCI, and so on and so forth. So this here, I want to go back to little history. Now it was said during the time of the Maharaja Bir Bikram Kishore Manikya in the 1940s. In Tripura, it is the New Zealand Baptist missionary who are being granted permission to preach. So they get permission in Kolkata and then of course in Tripura, and they are allowed to preach or go for missionary purposes. But with a strict instruction that they should not preach to the tribe belonging to Tripura and Riyang. So this is the instruction being given to the missionaries, New Zealand missionaries. So later on I found out the reason is that because even the king who followed Vaishnavism doesn't want his family members or relatives, such as the Tripura or the Riyang, to be, embracing different religion like Christianity. So the missionaries are being devoted to preach to these communities. But present day, yes, there is a noticeable Christianity among the Riyang. Thank you.
Спасибо большое за ваш доклад. Я сотрудница Центра палеонтологических исследований Алина Черпова. У меня есть два вопроса, два уточняющих вопроса. Правильно ли я поняла, что рьянги происходят с территории Южного Китая? И второй уточняющий вопрос – это вопрос, касающийся, есть ли у рьянгов договорные браки и какой обычно возраст вступления в брак? Я, возможно, прослушала это.
Good, thank you. Now, regarding the movement or the migration or the origin of their movement from southern China, but through research, it was assumed basically, although they belong to the Mongoloid race, it was assumed that they have come from southern parts of China. Means it is 1,000 years. Look at all this Mongoloid type of race. So in that cases, like from it can be somewhere from Mongolia or from China, not basically southern China, unlike the Zhou group, like the Mizo, which they feel like they have come from southern China, from a cave. So the Rhyang doesn't have such type of history coming from the cave or coming from southern China, but from southern parts. And secondly, arranged marriage is common among the Rhyang, and it's still going on. And of course, the official marriage is 18 female and 22 male. But then here I would say that there is no any such type of age limit or age restriction among the Rhyang. But also I won't say there is a child marriage, because once they are adult, once they are accustomed to work in the field, to work in the Zoom, or very much eligible to work, like in the household work, to know like husking of rice, or different, work related to household activities. Then the parents usually give their child in marriage, like the girls or the boys. But one thing is that they should know, the living standard or to support their family. So there is no any prescribed age limit. Although present day, although all these things have changed a lot. Thank you.
Спасибо большое за ответы. У меня еще последний вопрос. Я не услышала из вашего доклада про погребально-поминальные части рьянгов. Есть ли какие-то особенности, как вообще проходит похоронная церемония, вот если это можно? Спасибо.
Okay, funeral. Yeah, it is very interesting, and also I think one of the most costliest, funeral rites, if you compare with any other tribe of Tripura. Now, once a person died or expired, then of course that person, just beside or just below his leg, a chicken will be sacrificed, and it will be kept, of course. And that deceased person with all, new clothes will be wrapped. And even if he or she expend the morning, would be kept throughout the night. It won't be cremated until the next day. So throughout the day and throughout the night, of course, relatives will come and pay their last respect. And also, throughout the night, there will be drinking of the local wine and beating of the drum, and of course, merrymaking, just like dancing and singing throughout the night. And next morning also, you will have, a type of, bamboo, where the deceased will be kept there. and it will be, I mean, with different rituals or after the rituals. Here also there will be lots of sacrifice of chicken, and then it will take, to be cremated, because the this nature worshipper, they don't go for, burial, they go for cremation. So if it is a male, then there will be around 7 pyre, the pyre, and the women will be around 5. So they'll be put there and they'll be burned. And after that, in the evening, the ash would be gathered and they'll be put in a special places. And also the place where they'll be burned, it will be cleared, and they'll be putting a small boundary, because next day when they come to put some fooding for the departed soul, they will see that some mark. If it is a mark of a dog, then in the next life he or she will be born in that way. If there is a mark of a bird, then it will be bird. Something that belief was there. So after that, for 3 days or 7 days, food will always be brought by the relatives on the place where they will be burned. So after 7 days, or after 13 days, or after 1 year, depending upon the family's wealth of making a feeding the whole villages, and also throwing the the bone, the last rite of the departed soul. So on that particular day, there is a decorated bamboo pole which will be constructed. So the men, women would carry the bone at the back of their body, and they will dance. What do you call it as charano? They will dance with beating of a drum. Of course, they'll be weeping, and after that, that decorated bamboo pole will be pushed down and it will be burned, and that bone will be put in a small bamboo raft, which I have just shown you, small bamboo raft. And out there, lots of fooding will be there, lots of even money or coin will be put. Means whatever that is required for the soul to be born in whatever life. So that too, in with pomp and gaiety, will be taken to a nearby stream or river, and it will be just flow with the river or a stream. And after that, there is again, next day, there's a purification of the house. So this is a very long process and very expensive process among the young funeral. That's why I said it is very interesting. Thank you.
Спасибо большое, доктор Линкольн. Это снова доктор Денис. У меня вопросы, продолжающие тему, которую начала Лилия. Я боюсь здесь, что есть разница в терминологии. Дело в том, что в русской науке терминология, связанная с национальной принадлежностью, очень развита. А английский язык в этом смысле более беден. Думаю, что при дальнейших контактах с вами мы это проясним более детально, но я попробую начать эту тему. Есть самоидентификация людей, связанная с политическими или административными структурами. Ну, в данном случае, например, со штатом Трипура как административно-территориальной единицей. А есть идентификация, связанная с этничностью, с принадлежностью к конкретному народу. И вопрос мой состоит вот в чем. Мы, когда работали в штате Трипура, заметили следующее. Если мы изучаем население города, то горожанин в первую очередь на вопрос о своей этнической принадлежности скажет, что он трипури. И только при дальнейших детальных вопросах можно выяснить, что он на самом деле рьянг. А если человек приехал недавно из сельской местности, такие были студенты у нас в Агартальском университете, отвечали на наши вопросы, те, кто приехал из сельской местности получить образование и уехать обратно в село, те безоговорочно в первую очередь идентифицировали себя как рьянгов. И нам показалось, что мы заметили вот этот сдвиг, эти изменения в самоидентификации рьянгов, тех, которые остаются жить в сельской местности, и те, кто перебрались в города, которые чаще уже отвечают на вопрос о своей идентификации, что они трипури. Правильно ли мы уловили этот процесс, или это ошибочное наблюдение?
Yes. Very good observation by sir. Here in Tripura, I would say, the way the scheduled tribe has been categorized, like 19 scheduled tribe, where in reality, there are more than 19 scheduled tribe. Like you will come across, or you might have come across the Deborma, the dominant tribe, but they belong to the Tripuri in terms of scheduled tribe. But they write as Deborma. But in the scheduled tribe, they belong to Tripuri. Then again, you might find across Tripura tribe, somebody Tripura, not the state, a particular tribe. Same thing, that Tripura in the scheduled tribe belongs to Tripuri. The Riyang, in the scheduled tribe, it is Riyang. Now, regarding the Riyang, in the villages, people will say that, who are you if you ask? Or whatever tribe do you belong? They will say, Bru. Because they are not accustomed to Riyang that is being referred to the Bru. You cannot say, are you Riyang? But the villagers will say, no, I am Bru. Although in our ST, there is a Riyang. So likewise, under Kuki tribe, under Halam tribe, you'll find different other tribe, different languages. Like for instance, under Halam, you'll find a Koloi and a Rupini. But this Koloi and Rupini, their language is similar to the Burma, Riyang, or any other Kaubru speaking people. But they're being kept under the Halam. But this Halam language is similar to Mizo language of Mizoram. Even the Kuki, their language is somewhat similar to the Mizos or the Mizoram. I'm just taking this example just for understanding purposes. So a Riyang maybe living in the urban area or a rural area, but if we compare them, as a scheduled tribe, then of course they will say they are Tripuri. Now, when they say Tripuri in comparing with the non-tribal community, like the Bengali or the Manipuri. So if you compare with them, then they will say, yeah, we are Tripuri. Although in terms of tribe, they have got different name, like Riyang, Bru, or Deborma, or Jomatia, likewise. So within Tripura, like the Chakma, the Mok, again having different language. Now in Tripura, like Bedam has said, like the Tripura Motha. Now in Tripura Motha, you will see, the species. It is either in Kok Borok. Now that language can be understood only by few tribes, like the Deborma, the Riyang, the Chakma, the Uchoi, the Tripura, the Koloi. So these people, they can somehow understand that language of the, that political party. So here's the Chakma, the Mok, or the Lusai, the Dalong, or the Kuki group, or the this one, all those Mar. Okay, so they don't understand this Kokborok. Even the Rhyang or the Bru, they don't understand the Kokborok. But then this Kokborok, the way it was being recognized. But for some, they feel like they are not a part of Kokborok. So only in some cases, they will say, yes, we are Tripuri. But this Tripuri indicates the Deborma and the Tripura in terms of scheduled tribe, or as a whole, being the citizen of Tripura. Otherwise, every tribe, they will say, who are you or what tribe do you belong? They will say like, yeah, I'm Deborma, I'm Rhyang, I'm Chakma, I'm Mok, I'm Utsoy, so on and so forth. Okay, sir.
Спасибо, доктор Линкольн. На эту же тему вопрос такой у меня. Если мы вспомним родоплеменную структуру Брю, например, 50-летней давности, вы называли список родов, которые насчитываются внутри племени Брю. Существовали ли какие-то закономерности брачевания между различными родами внутри племени Брю? То есть были ли границы, когда какой-то род не мог брать в жены из другого рода, или все-таки все роды могли брачеваться друг с другом внутри сообщества Брю без разницы принадлежности к родовой структуре?
Yes, this is a very important observation. Now, unlike other tribes, like for instance, the Deborma. Now the Deborma from the Komolpur area, which is in the Dholai area, Dholai district, and the Deborma from the West district of Tripura. They have got difference of tune, just like some Bengali from Noakhali in Bangladesh to Chittagonian in Bangladesh, having that different tune. But unlike those type of tribe, in Rhyang, irrespective of the 12 clan, the Rhyang from Mizoram, the Rhyang from Assam, and the Rhyang from Tripura, from all the districts in Tripura, the language is same. There is no any deviation of language. So this clan, 12 clan, actually, it doesn't differ. I mean, it doesn't bring differences of the tribe of Rhyang wherever they live in. Because what I have come across is that during the time of Kaskau, this naming or this clan system, it came into being. Like it was said, the Kaskau, being the chief of the Bru, wanted to, identify, living in different area. So people come and show him respect. Some group brought him, a faun. Faun, we call it Nsoi in our local dialect. So those people or those group or those villagers are known as Molsoi. Another group came, brought some saw. We call it Meska. It's a text. And some brought ring. So we named them, I mean, that Kaskau named it differently. Yelstam. And then some brought a turtle, Tuimuyafak. So like this, it is just to identify, those group of people, Bru, and coming under one chieftainship, this naming has been done. As such, there is no any differences, except the younger brother of the Bru. Younger brother of the Rhyang, it was said, among the Bru. That is the Utsoy. So it was said, Rhyang and Utsoy are two brothers. So there is little bits of language difference. It was said, a person coming from the southern part wears a red, garment, lower garment, and a person from the northern part wear a black lower garment. It says like, Dikin Haro Mobai, Ernaik Sung Mobai. Here it indicates those Utsoy staying in Bandarban region in Bangladesh, southern part, and a Kaskau living in Rangamati, Khagrasori area, northern part. And of course, the Tripura, northern part. So our language and Uthoi language, although two brothers from the same stock, little bit of different. But you see the similarities regarding the garment, regarding the ornament, regarding the dialect. But in Tripura, 19 tribe, they have been given a separate tribe. So we're becoming a different tribe. So as such, in terms of clan, there is no any differences of marriage system. Everything is common. Yes, sir.
Большое спасибо, доктор Линкольн. Для нас эти данные, которыми вы поделились, очень важны для того, чтобы правильно спланировать полевые работы. Дело в том, что наши выборки, которые необходимо формировать для биолого-антропологических исследований, для изучения физического типа, должны быть собраны максимально близко к социальной и брачной структуре. Если они сформированы без учета этих данных, они получаются ошибочными, и тогда мы не можем корректно изучать историю народов, связи народов друг с другом, миграции. В частности, вот сегодня вы упоминали о возможной прародине Брю, назывался Южный Китай, возможно, даже более северные территории, такие как Монголия. Мы как раз вот только что вернулись из экспедиции в Монголию. У нас будут данные для сравнения, мы сможем добавить что-то в науку о физическом типе народов Юго-Восточной Азии и Северной Центральной Азии. Кроме того, мы занимаемся палеоантропологическими исследованиями. У нас есть данные об ископаемом древнем населении Северной Азии. И здесь тоже мы видим большую перспективу. Поэтому наши вопросы объясняются именно вот этим научным интересом. Спасибо вам большое. Сейчас мы спросим, кто-то, возможно, еще будет задавать вопросы.
Да, слышно меня, да? Хорошо. Значит, сейчас у нас есть
Yes, yes, I can hear you.
Сейчас у нас есть вопрос от нашего большого друга, который тоже присутствует, и который, в общем-то, благодаря которому состоялось знакомство с доктором Рьянгом. Это Баскар Деббарма. Мы тоже дадим слово и вопрос.
Thank you so much. Am I audible?
Да, мы слышим.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Bhaskar, and I have a question for Dr. Lincoln, sir. It's about the clan only. So, as I have found some data about the clan, Rhyang clan system, where there are, as per the data, found 17 clans under the Bru community. Whether this clan follows the paternal or maternal linear relationship, regarding that only I need to ask. The clan system.
Yeah, thank you, Bhaskar. Now, among the Rhyang, I think some of the earlier scholar or some of the earlier writer, they have mentioned like 17 clan, somewhere 21 clan. But I would like to differ with due respect to all those writers, because whatever I have learned and I have found out, there is only 12 clan among the tribe, or among the Bro. Even Rhyang is not a part of the clan, because what I found, Rhyang is name of a person. So it is the Rhyang who have founded or who have given the 12th name of the clan. And there is no any hard or any binding rule regarding the clan system of the Rhyang, or regarding belonging to matrilineal or patrilineal or inter-clan marriage. No, there is no such things among the Rhyang. So everything is open, everything is free, except that I like to say is that only 12 clan, and there are, it says, around 6 groups. They are, of course, having the blood. The other 6 are non-blood. Means like Molsoy, that means belonging to fawn, deer, or Msa, tiger, likewise. and you can say like the yak stamp, it's non-living things. So like living things 6, non-living things 6. I mean, that is being among the Rhyang clan system. So it is not being ruled by any, I mean, in terms of patrilineal or matrilineal. And it is very simple. Thus, that is being followed. And also likewise, even these days also, even present day, till present day, the brew, they are not being ruled by like, what clan do you belong, who you are. Okay, you are Molsa, you are from the ruling family, you're Apeto, you're down, I mean, you're a lower caste. No, nothing of that. There is no such type of division, means social division based on the brew clan system. So everything is open, everybody is equal, and everybody has got their own rights. Okay, Bhaskar.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you.
Да, спасибо большое. У нас есть вопрос из чата. Я его тогда скажу на русском языке. Значит, вопрос от сотрудника нашего центра Святослава Каверина, этнографа. Вопрос такой. Касательно орнаментов на шее. Производятся ли они до сих пор из чистого серебра или сейчас уже используются более дешевые металлы, которые используются для монет? И вот эти украшения на шею, это какая-то специфика рьянгов Трипуры или все-таки такие украшения широко распространены в Северо-Восточной Индии? Спасибо.
Okay, regarding this question, earlier it is for pure silver, and it is from the pure coin of British India, like which I have mentioned in my presentation, like it can be of Queen Elizabeth or King George V, because I have got that collection with me too. And these things are being made when the Rhyang or the brew have come into contact with the Muslim, because it is the Muslim Bengali who are working in all those metallic work, because this, ornament are being made not by the Rhyang, but they are being made by the Muslim Bengali. So basically, it is with their contact. But before that, it is only the necklaces, that is being made from the beads, and that beads are a type of, hardened fruit. I cannot just name here, I forgot. But those are the things they wore as a decorative item. And later on, as I have told you, like on the availability of the pure silver and the non-use of those, coins, they have made into different decorative, either for the hair or neck or, ear, neck, or any parts of the body. But present day, those silver are rarely found, and now they have started using the SIP coin or Indian coin, basically Indian coin. They started to wear it, and these things are mainly found among the Rhyang, especially the Rhyang women, and they are very much known of wearing all these, decorative, necklaces. Thank you.
Спасибо. Коллеги, в зале есть еще вопросы у кого-то? У меня есть 2 вопроса. Хорошо. Первый вопрос, который хочу задать. Скажите, пожалуйста, вот рьянги, умеют ли они обрабатывать какие-то металлы? Есть ли у них какая-то своя техника и орудия труда? Из какого металла традиционно они делали, если они, конечно, были металлические, а не деревянные? И давайте первый вопрос, потом второй.
Here I would say the Rhyang doesn't have that metal, and they doesn't produce, the metal. As I have told you, only when they have come into contact with the Bengali that they learn, to make It can be either the knife or the spade or the sickle. Even they're not known to this plain land cultivation, plough cultivation. So earlier, whatever they're doing, they're depending upon, with a bamboo knife, and even everything was from the bamboo. And of course, later on, this metal, even till date also, even no Rhyang is associated with this metal work. Okay.
Спасибо большое. И такой вопрос. А насколько сейчас распространен традиционный образ жизни, о котором вы рассказывали в лекции? И насколько предметы современного быта активно входят в повседневную жизнь рьянгов? То есть насколько часто сохраняются бамбуковые дома и так далее? Традиционная одежда.
Yeah, present day, the tradition that we can find is only the lower garment, which we call it renai, and of course, the risa. That is still common. Even the necklaces are not commonly in use present day, except in the villages, except in the rural area. The necklaces, they still, wear it. Otherwise, they started to discard. And regarding, different material, bamboo-based material is still used. Although in modern day, like for instance, soda, or to make, a curry, a type of, what do you call it, rat, to cook a bamboo shoot. Those soda earlier, or even in the village area, present day, they still make with a bamboo tray, bamboo pot, and from the ash of a certain bamboo or a certain tree, from the ash, they make it the flute. And the women used to wash their hair even with that. They don't need any shampoo yet. And even to smoke also, they still use the bamboo pipe. So those who are not accustomed to modern day cigarette or any other, they still smoke the bamboo pipe. And then almost everything is a bamboo base, even in this modern days also. So except, living in the urban area or the rural area, they're still depending on the bamboo for almost everything, be it in the social, say for instance, during the marriage system, all the decoration, all the decorative thing, even the items in the marriage systems are also available in the nature. So that is still going on. Even those people living in the urban, those who are educated, who wanted to keep the relation with the tradition, they still use this traditional methods of marriage system or pouring of a holy water, even present day, and all those decoration. And even the funeral, which I have told you, it is still going on. There is nothing new from the modern world which they have used. They still go on using the traditional methods like bamboo base. Okay.
Спасибо большое. В зале нет вопросов. Но у меня на самом деле есть еще один. Можно я тоже воспользуюсь ситуацией и задам его? Вопрос такой. Вы говорили про подсечно-огневое земледелие, но дело в том, что с 70-х, 80-х годов действует программа помощи племенам для того, чтобы они использовали более прогрессивные орудия труда. Вот вопрос такой. А сейчас в Трипуре какое количество рьянгов вообще продолжают вести такой способ хозяйствования, что до сих пор практикуют подсечно-огневое земледелие? Спасибо.
Yeah. Now, actually, most of the bro earlier who have been residing in the hillock area. Because earlier, one bro family will be residing in a one hill range. Another family will find another hill range. But to bring a development by the government, like road, water supply, or electricity, it becomes very difficult. So they are made to settle in a compact area or just below the hillock, so that developmental work can be done. And they are made accustomed to wetland or plainland cultivation in place of zoom or in place of this slash and burn method. But they still practice this zoom or slash and burn method. Although there is a patta system. Patta system is a distribution of land to the landless by the government, like around 40 acres to those, landless basically for plantation purposes in the villages. So nowadays, it becomes very rare even to follow the slash and burn method. Earlier, after 4 years or 5 years, it becomes mature enough for another cycle of slash and burn method. But these days, people living in the hill area, Riyang or the Bru, they have to practice after almost every 2 years or after every year, because there is lack of land because of this patta system. Now, all the forests are made a owner. So everybody are having their own ownership. So it is only the Bru and the Tripuri, even till date, known as the Jumia by the government. Now, if you speak about Jumia, basically it is referring to those people depending on slash and burn method. And there is only 2 tribes, basically the Riyang and the Tripuri. Of course, there are other tribes like the Chakma or some other tribe, but majority of them are from the Riyang and the Tripuri. Okay.
Уважаемый доктор Рьянг, спасибо вам огромное за лекцию. А у нас вопрос появился в чате. Да, давайте тогда еще вопрос из чата зачитаем, прежде чем. Значит, в чате вопрос такой. Миза и Рьянги как-то ассоциируют себя друг с другом?
Yeah, regarding this question, I would say that, government of India in Mizoram, Assam, they have given, under any Kuki tribe, the Riyang. But I would say those Kuki and Riyang, their language, their custom, even religion, it is totally different. It is day and night different, basically. So even Mizo, they've got different culture, different language, and the Riyang have got different culture and different languages. So as a neighbor, they may be associated, but in terms of a tribe or a community, they are totally different from each other. I hope, Nelson, you could get my point. Okay.
Так, уважаемые коллеги и слушатели, кажется, вопросов больше нет. Есть еще вопросы? Хорошо. Уважаемый доктор Рьянг, спасибо вам огромное за интересную лекцию, за интересную дискуссию, которая у нас получилась. Уважаемые коллеги, в качестве заключительных слов, Анна Анатольевна, скажете что-то? Валерьевич?
I think that such events as today's are very important because we can discuss real situations, real people, real problems. They may seem very small, right? But research starts with the small problems, and there is no good research without small problems. So again, thank you so much, everyone.
Дорогой доктор Линкольн, в своем заключении я лишь выражу глубочайшую благодарность вам за проделанный труд, за ваш замечательный материал, за лекцию, за интересную дискуссию, которая действительно получилась. И это все я рассматриваю как залог будущего сотрудничества, ибо Северо-Восточная Индия и ее племена нас очень интересуют и с биолого-антропологической точки зрения, и с социально-антропологической точки зрения. И эти работы, конечно, мы хотели бы выполнять с вами. Спасибо вам огромное.
Thank you.
Всё, спасибо, тогда заканчиваем. Всем спасибо за внимание. А, мы закончили. Можно отключаться.
Спасибо.